Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Zero, back with the regularly scheduled programming. Yes, indeed, I'm gonna try and be a bit better, despite me being sick the last couple of days. As I said in the last episode, we shall be hopefully back at it with daily uploads of Thunder Bay, or potentially whatever other series I may be doing at that time. I did buy the new, that's why I can't really say the new Life is Strange game, because that game is 4, 5, 6 months old at this point. Who knows? Could be doing a series on that. Not entirely sure, but we are currently here in the Thunderdome playing the Islanders. That's what we have to focus on right now. It is good to be back in Canada. We had a mini trip right there in which we obviously weren't in Canada. I do believe that the last game we played before, well, I suppose not the last game that I played per se specifically, the last game that the team played was against the Winnipeg Jets, beforehand against the Pittsburgh Penguins game that we had won with, honestly, a scoreline that does not do the Penguins game justice, because they played us very, very well. It did finish 7-4, though. Kasani hoping to get us on the score sheet very early, however. The thing that I apparently have noticed is that I do just kind of play decently well in these games when I turn my brain off and just talk about nothingness. For the last couple of episodes, it was legitimately just me talking about sports, which I do know a fair bit about, considering the fact that this is just a sports gaming channel. That puck is not going to get through. Kasani just recovered this one. Bolduc slap shot. That's well freaking wide. I'm not entirely sure if it is like a good thing or idea, because I do like commentating over these games, but I'm obviously not good at doing that while playing the game, I suppose. But we shall see how this works out, you know? That's a weird pass for Ilyasuk to be playing. I mean, he's a good goaltender, so I don't think I'd ever see him do that in real life. Just throwing the puck out with two guys that are, like, right in your face. But that's his decision to make, I suppose. I guess I do certainly do that. That's just my playing style. Yeah, I did say, to start off this video, that I might play the newer Life is Strange game, Double Exposure. Life is Strange is one of my favorite games of all time. That is a thing that I could just talk about right now, of just, like, some of my favorite games, which, I mean, I do like NHL, but it's not the worst thing in the world, you know. Obviously, I'm playing it at the moment, so it can't really be the worst thing in the world. Thank you, Phillips, for recovering that puck. That's okay. Where's the corner? That's gonna suck. That's okay. Life is Strange is a phenomenal game. You can certainly just like look it up for yourself to make your own decisions and like opinions on it. But I personally like it a hell of a lot. It's got an interesting storyline, so many unique characters and situations, and I just like the whole entire story that it conveys and tells, you know? I'm not really gonna try and spoil anything. Helga Grant, let's go, baby! That puck gets through. It's a slap shot from the blue line that somehow finds its way in pinballs for a bit, but we are up 1-0. I really gotta just not think and talk. I gotta go, dude. That's usually what I should do. But it has a good number of games in the series already. It has just the first one that I think is one of my favorite games of all time, and you have the I think I want to say the prequel to it. Then you have Life is Strange 2. Then you have 3, which is the True Colors. The only one that really tied back into the first original Life is Strange game was just the prequel called Before the Storm, and I suppose just with the name Before the Storm, you can kind of tell there's going to be a storm, presumably, in the first game, but I'll just leave that quote-unquote mini spoiler, I guess. it is a thing of we didn't really have too many outlets. Not where I wanted to go with that puck. This will hopefully work out anyway. I'm saying I'm a lot. That's fine in my mind, I suppose. But before double exposure, before the Storm was the only one that really tied back into the original Life is Strange game, which I mean, it's a thing that I didn't necessarily like it too much with how I got like so attached to the characters in the first game. I'm not entirely sure if anyone else who has played the game has gotten as attached as I did to the main characters that were in that first Life is Strange game. That has had potential. That is how to play. Okay, just go to reset and a line change in, guys. And I was kind of upset when I got to Life is Strange 2 and everything was changed, you know? I still did like the game, but it certainly was a thing of I didn't necessarily like the fact that I had gotten attached to these people, attached to these characters, and now you're just, like, kind of ripping them away from me down the line. It sucks. But the story that Life is Strange 2 tells is also certainly great, really conveys a message, and it is a, like, very good message that still needs to be conveyed to this day. Yeesh. Oh, I had a lot of openings, but it took way too much time with them, and Sorokin shuts that down. A lot of interesting storylines at play in 2. Not sure if there are more interesting storylines. I don't want to, like, say anything, you know, because I'm not sure if people have played these games, seen these videos online, despite the fact that I believe the first game came out in 2014-ish, I want to say, but it is still a thing of, like, I want to be wary of stuff, and I hate it when people spoil things for me, so I'm gonna try not to spoil things for others. 1-0 at the end of the first period. And we are back, still losing face-offs. That usually happens when Bo Horvat takes a face-off. You're gonna lose. That's just a thing. That's weird. Okay, that puck is flying everywhere. Spoilers suck, you know? So I just try and get back into what I was saying about a couple of minutes ago now. It's a couple of minutes ago for me, it's about 10 seconds for you guys, realistically, but that is the power of editing. Editing, something I am not good at. Pisani, that's gonna go nowhere. Do we get tripped up? That's not good. Brock Nelson, please don't do this to me. Oh, you don't, so that's nice. Spoilers do, in fact, suck, so I'm trying not to, like, say too much. Which it also does sink, because it's a thing of I'm being way too vague with, like, everything, so I might not... So for people that aren't, like, familiar with the storyline or the games of Life is Strange, I don't really say a whole lot, and then it's just this thing of, oh, well, this game does not sound interesting to me, I shall not play it, or I might just not look into it, which I get, you know. Ragnarsson, you freaking had to get in the way, didn't you, Bolduc? But, True Colors, I think, is my least favorite of the Life is Strange franchise. I did enjoy it, you know, but something just felt missing in my mind. That's the only way I can really describe it, you know, of something just kind of felt missing. Characters were good. I liked a good bit of the story, but at points in times, things just didn't really seem to connect in my mind, and that kind of didn't ruin it for me, but it had, like, enough of an effect. Oh, that puck had a good chance, Konkinen. That might not have even been Konkinen, to be honest. Do we have forward line 3? Get off of the freaking ice, Fenner Ragnarsson. I love you, bud, but this is not the time or the place for you to be on the ice. Never mind. That puck is immediately out. Okay. I might do a series on that. I've had this game in my library for I want to say decent bit of time, but it's just one of those things where, like, I'm doing this series, and I think I might have had bought it during the, like, the middle of the, no, I didn't buy it in the middle of the Rock Hill series, but it certainly was a thing in my mind of, I don't want to, like, forget one project while doing like another, you know, and seeing how that's gonna work. Will Coyle! There you go! Okay, Lauco to Coyle. 2-0 Thunder Bay. How about it? Third liners getting it done. That's certainly what you love to see. Doing it scoring from your depth guys, that is, I don't want to say depth guys, but your bottom 6 guys, that definitely is nice. As we look to continue this party, I could have gotten that one over to Beckman a lot sooner, but I neglected to attempt a pass. How about it? And where are we going with this puck? Let's not allow this. Thank you. So good. We're gonna hold that for a face-off. Yeah, I don't want to like focus on one project too heavily, and then it'd be a thing of like, well, I haven't done this in like a week, you know, because I think the episodes would probably, like, if I wanted to go through like a full, because with the Life is Strange series, it's usually like a thing of they have these quote-unquote episodes, and the games of like or acts, I suppose, would make more sense if you have ever like been to a playthrough with like certain acts in it, or if you were ever in school and had to like read Romeo and Juliet, you had like Act 1, Act 2, and stuff like that, right? So they have these acts that usually I believe would take around like 2 hours to film, but because I'm only filming just on my PS5, and I can in fact only go so long with the amount of time I'm allowed to record, it's just this kind of thing of, well, I can't really go for 2 hours at a time, so it'll probably be broken up into like either 45-minute parts, 30-minute parts, and that's not exactly a thing of, oh, I just want to make more videos. No, it's a thing of, it's what I will most likely have to do in order for things to make sense, because if I go like just a little bit over in terms of like maybe an hour recording, that's all not going to really make sense, and I'm not really at that point in smarts to figure things out best line. You have a chance to, you freaking delay. If you delay too long, then that delay will kill you, and it certainly did right there. So, oh good, getting over quickly, glove stop. Always a fan of you, Mads. You're a hell of a player, and I'm glad that you're still showing up for us. Because we have certainly let you down the past season, and we're not looking to do the same right now. I was going to say we won another face-off here, but that is just a lie. Or that would be a lie, I guess. But it is... Oh, Coyle, you get hammered. It is one of those things of... I don't want to like make too many videos on just a thing that could potentially get done decently quickly, but if I'm going to have to do that, then I'm going to have to do that. And that's like another thing that's in the back of my mind of like, oh, well, if I'm doing this, then this is going to be like a consequence of it as well. But, oh goodness, no, yep, that'll do it. So good. Not out of position, I don't want to say, but we don't really cover up that man in front, and then Holstrom grabs the puck as Sergey's playing his position well. He just doesn't notice that the puck's gone over to him. So that stinks. But yeah, I probably will record it eventually, I guess, when I have like enough stories of just like Thunder Bay in recording. That way I can, like, if I don't really want to focus on it too much. Okay, slap shot. Yeah, I should have fired it while I had the chance on the slot. So that's probably what I'll do. But right now, what I gotta do is focus on just winning this game at 2-1 at the end of the second. I mean, as the puck drop is nearly upon us right now. Here we go. We lose another face-off. To be expected. My good save. Oh, got puck poked away so good. And just freeze that. Could have played it. Probably should have played it. But we're not going to play it because hindsight is always 20/20. Yeah, I like how this was initially just me talking about my favorite games, and then I went on like a whole tangent about how I have just this game that I want to play in store, but like I'm essentially too afraid to play it, I guess, because I don't want to like not really continue with this series. But as I said, once I have like enough of these just episodes, because I currently obviously have not been recording these for freaking... Oh, that's completely my fault. It's completely my fault. I'm sorry, Cole Schwan, you take another tripping penalty. That one's definitely on me. But as long as I have just like a couple of these episodes recorded and ready to go, I will probably start playing Life is Strange. But we'll have to wait and see on that. I suppose. Bolduca, oh god. Yep, I'm gonna actually play that one out. Cockpit, thank you for grabbing that, my friend. Get this puck up, Thomas. And there we go. Yeah, back to just, I suppose, some of my favorite games. I love The Witcher 3. It's a beautiful game. Love the scenery. Love everything about it. I suck at it, though, to be completely honest. I'm not good. I'm one of those guys that is legitimately just button spammy when it comes to, like, not exactly fighting games. I don't want to say, even with fighting games, I guess I'm decently button spammy. But when it comes to games that it's a thing of, like, oh, you can, like, block or you can, like, attack. It's a thing of, I attack, and that's kind of all I really do. And thankfully, Geralt is good enough where he can, in fact, just, like, attack and stuff, that everything is, in fact, going to be fine. There are many components to the game that I don't understand, like the potion making and stuff like that. No clue how any of that works. If you give me, like, an alchemy slider in any game and you tell me, like, here's what to do, like, you must, oh god damn it, you must, like, use this to win, that's gonna be a goal because my results too good. Or maybe not. Where is this puck? You know, we're gonna get that one flipped out. If you tell me that I need to use alchemy and you, like, give me specific directions on how to, so good. And give me specific directions on how to use said alchemy, I will most likely be able to do it. But if it's just a thing of, like, in The Witcher 3 where you don't really give me too many instructions on these things, and it's just a thing of, hey, you can use this, I'm gonna just do my own thing and legitimately not pay attention to any of that. Wow, Coil. Honestly, freaking Sorokin should have played that much better than he did. We'll take a 3-1 lead any day of the night, any time of day. I don't know. Yeah, any day of the night. New saying. Drop it. I don't know. And any time of day. We'll take a 3-1 lead any time of day. Sorokin should have definitely played that better, though. Coyle was just in a good spot, I guess. I certainly love The Witcher 3. From just, like, the character interactions to Gwent. Gwent is such a stupid freaking thing, you know, if you think about it. I don't understand why, like, in a lot of games nowadays, it is, in fact, just a thing of you can play just, like, a code game or, like, a variation of chess of some kind in the game, and it's a legitimate thing of, hey, this is a thing that, like, if you want to 100% the game, you must do. I mean, I suppose I get it, like, you want to have just, like, a universe inside, like, the universe. Well, it's still a universe, right? But you want to have, like, more details to said universe that you've created. But if it's a thing of, like, it's a code game for the sake of a code game, what are we doing here? I do love that within the game of Gwent, though, you legitimately have just, like, codes of, like, people that you can meet in the game. It's very weird, you know. I'm not sure how many people have Netflix and have seen the Witcher series, which is, to be completely honest, the first thing that I did with the okay, Phillips, you had a good chance right there. Which is the first thing that I did is watch the Witcher series, which is not a good idea, all things considered. Probably should have played the games beforehand to, like, more so understand the story, and probably just be, like, one of those guys like, oh my god, look, it's XYZ dude, like, oh my goodness, oh my god, it's Mousek, it's Ermion, whatever, you know, like, they changed his name, but it's still him, I know him, and just have, like, that be a thing. But I didn't, so now I'm just stuck, like, looking at guys being like, oh, Geralt, yeah, Yennefer, cool, oh, it's Freya Allen as Ciri. I like that casting, to be completely honest with you. Loved the Henry, loved and I have to say loved now, the Henry Cavill casting as Geralt, who is no longer Geralt because he wanted to stay true to the like material story of the original book, because it was a book first and then the game, because it was a game second. He wanted to stay true to that stuff, and then he got not fired for it, but he basically was let go because of it, you know? Which, I don't know. Like, you got a guy that wants to, like, stay true to the story and stuff. Let him... Like, if he's a fan of the series, which he clearly is, if there's a Warhammer 40k freaking TV show out there, Geralt should star as freaking Titus. He should. Not Geralt. If there's a guy named Geralt, put him as Titus. But Henry Cavill should probably play Titus, because he, like, loves the whole entire series with that. Although I don't think that we ever are going to see a Warhammer 40k TV show in a good bit, even if there is, like, a market for one, because I certainly do love the games. Never personally played them, have watched just, like, other people do so, but it is a thing of, like, oh yeah, they're cool, and I like the universe and all that and what's going on, but it is certainly one of those ones where I don't think, like, a TV show adaptation would be all that good for it. I could see it happening, though. We will take a power play very, very shortly. Actually, no, Collie's going off. My bad. I was completely mistaken. Yeesh. That's fine, though, I guess. They're gonna have gonna be a 6-on-4 for a small portion of time. Phillips, if you could figure out what you're doing with the puck, that would be nice. But yeah, I really, really do like The Witcher. The TV show is great. That's a great defensive play, Phillips. I kind of read that man like a book, and I'm certainly glad I did. That must hurt, Wah. I certainly appreciate you showing. Okay, get this puck up and out and away. That other goaltender is flailing around like Dominic Hasek right now, and I certainly do appreciate that for him. But it's not a thing that I love to see. I'd rather just get this puck out in the way. That'll barely get out, actually. I thought it was passing to someone. Clearly, I wasn't. Wallstrom, that's way, way away. So good. Hold on to that. Oh, dear Lord. We're getting hounded at the moment. Maybe it's because I've forgotten about things to talk about. That could be a potential thing with it. I've quickly forgotten to talk about something. Video games that I like. Where were we? Weirdly enough, the first game that got me into gaming, I want to say, I don't want to say, like, oh yeah, it's Wii Sports, right, but I did play a lot of Wii Sports. That I don't know why I didn't just attempt to shoot that. I suppose my brain was like, no, the goaltender's still there. Oh god, oh no. Hold, so good, hold. Should have shot right there. But there was this game on the Wii, it was a baseball game, and it was called The Bigs. And I don't understand why I loved that game so much, but I did. Maybe it was just like the fact that it's now looking back at it, it was very nostalgic for me to play it, but it's been a little ice that game. It was just a thing of like all these like graphics and the players, you know, the whole entire, I don't want to say like quote unquote Road to Glory thing or whatever that Road to the Show thing that like now MLB The Show has, but it was a thing of like a conquest mode, you know, of you maybe created your own character and then had him play for like whatever team was your favorite at the time, and he would challenge other teams, and if you would, you know, beat said team, you would get to select, I believe, like one of their best players, or it was just like their best players. So, for example, if you played the Detroit Tigers, you would get to pick Miguel Cabrera, because I think this might have been back in 2012, 2013-ish, where it was still a thing of Miguel Cabrera was like the Triple Crown champion, was like the best guy. I I don't know if Pujols was the guy you selected from the Cardinals, but that game like really attached to my memory, and I still, for whatever reason, freaking love it to this day. I also do love this win that we got, and I do like how it's as soon as I start talking about just anything in particular, I'm decent at this game now, which is nice. Yeah, Grants definitely deserves a star. So does Sogard, and Will Coyle obviously getting the third star of this game. Let's just head on down to the stats. Coyle with their only multi-point night, same thing as two goal. What am I saying? Same thing, 2 goals. I think someone had 2 goals last game we played, and I said multi-point night. Either way, he gets 2 goals. Murray and Grants with the other goals. Schwent, Lauko, Regula, Phillips, Thomas, and Konkinen getting the assists. Sogard, as always, phenomenal. 22 saves on 23 shot attempts, and that is your game so far. Oh dear lord, we got out-hit. As per usual, I just kind of send my guys to die out there at times, it seems. It is working, though, because we have more than double their time on attack, so that certainly helps. Face-offs won. We aren't talking about face-offs won. That's not a thing. What is the thing is that scoreboard, and it does say 4-1 in favor of Thunder Bay. Another game, another win in the column for the Thunder Bay Firebirds. Great game, as always, lads. We are certainly winning at a high mark. I do love how Sven Ragnarsson, the rookie, is the top point getter on our team. For whatever reason, Louis Pisani has not made that jump that I honestly thought he would. He's only had 10 points, and he is decently down there. I believe he's 8th in terms of team scoring, which is not what you want to see out of a Rookie of the Year contender last year. That's a decent fall off, but hopefully he can get a scoring touch very, very soon, as we shall need him in the upcoming games. But that is all for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. But as always, I can't tell you what to do. And I shall see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.